Julie.
And you expect me to follow that? Hi, everyone. My name is Julie. It says, why did you decide to participate on Sherry's iPod thing? And like I said, Regina's kind of a tough act to follow. I didn't decide. It was decided for me in the beginning. Of course, like Regina, in a lot of respects. Last April, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and I had to undergo a very intense operation that was supposed to be 2.5 hours. It ended up being 11.5. To remove 69 lymph nodes in my neck that had cancer in them, plus a very large thyroid that had cancer in it. But that's not, I only tell you that so I can get to my story on why I came to Jobs for Life. I had been familiar with Jobs for Life about 8 years ago when I went down to a Cowboy Up, Love Inc. Cowboy Up thing, and I was asked back in the early part of 2013 to join the Jobs for Life, and I said no, that wasn't for me. But through the course of having cancer in May, thyroid cancer in May, I didn't have enough funds to pay my bills, and so my church got together and paid my rent and bought my groceries for 2 full months, and that was only through the love of Christ that happened for me too. Once I started to recover, my pastor came alongside and he said, Julie, there's a chance that you're underemployed, and they're doing Jobs for Life here at RBCC this year. And I think it might be something that you might want to sign up for. So I did. And I remember Althea saying at the first class, who thinks they're going to be here at the end of 16 weeks? You guys can't teach me anything.
Who thinks they aren't going to be here?
Aren't going to, okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like I said, Regina's a tough act to follow. Who aren't going to be here at 16 weeks, and my hand went straight up because I didn't, I had that attitude a few months ago that I'm not teachable. I am who I am, and I have to be at this job for the rest of my days. I had a very good mentor in the beginning, and she, for personal reasons, had to go out and do her thing, and I got another mentor. Love ya. And her and I are so much alike that it's pathetic, and that's how come we came together to be. Regina and I didn't like each other in the beginning. I'm going to be honest with you. She'll tell you that, and so will I. But, because this is an honest program for me. I don't know about anybody else.
I don't remember not liking you, but okay. Wow.
But we love each other today, and that's what's important. That's what I'm talking about. I can't say we didn't like each other. I'm not trying to turn this into a comedy hour because it really is about this fundraiser and what's important as Jobs for Life. But the reality is that we butted heads a couple of times. And now Sherry's eliminated.
What value did this add to your life?
Okay. She already answered that, so I'm answering. The value that it answered in my life was that, man, those pictures, lights are terrible. I'm sorry. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought, Sherry.
What value? The value that this added to. Like lesson number 15.
I know what you mean.
What did you share with us on lesson 15?
I didn't bring that with me. And my brain's an overload right now because I'm really emotional. But anyway, the value that this brought to me was that, like I said, I love Regina today. I call her my friend. I have more prospects. They did teach me how to write resumes so that they benefit the employer, not me, but the employer. We had a bevy of wonderful mentors that came in and mentored to us. And like I said, Sarah was my mentor. 2 weeks in all the way to the end. And she taught me a lot. She taught me how to be compassionate for people. She taught me how to love one another, somebody else besides myself. And she taught me how not to talk harshly to or about other people, especially in public. And it's funny that she should post on her Facebook this last Sunday how her husband says that she's got so much love for others and needs to see it more in herself. She'll be my lifetime friend. Veronica will be. She invited me to come. She was my orientator. Sherry she calls and says, hey, let's go to dinner. You know, never had that before. I mean, and I wasn't going to do this. In Jobs for Life, I was the graduating class of the third class, which ended February 4th or 5th. 5th. And now I'm a mentor. I'm a mentor to somebody that I hope that I can bring alongside in the program and teach. She'll be fun to work with, and I wouldn't have got this without Love Inc. first, and then Jobs for Life, and it just means the world to me. Oh, and not that it's any big deal, but I've registered it for school, and I'm going to start going to school in the spring.
That is a big deal.
I wouldn't have had the confidence in myself. Oh, and just in case anybody's wondering, I am in remission from the cancer.
Good job. Oh my God.